But tonight I say we must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
The Escape
I'm
Pod.
Jezbot.
And I'm Sean Enough.
I'm Timmy Taco. Welcome to Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pod.
Is it the election special?
It certainly
It
is.
seems to be.
Have you done your civil duties today?
No.
No.
This is election day in Australia, May the 18th. Be with you.
And also with you.
Yep.
Yes, my daughter's birthday.
What, today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Audrey.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And
It's
straight
a
up,
great day for it.
It is straight. We're calling people out. Might as well call out Anthony Kavanagh. Thanks for coming down to the Cocodema market and purchasing or meeting us, which was great with your,
Yeah.
with your family, and purchasing a Cocodema.
First time the advertising on the podcast has ever actually worked.
Yeah, big ups, Anthony, for that. And those plants, they're gorgeous, could I say?
Oh, yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
Yep. And the 150 Instagram posts you get, you mean?
Yeah, Cass is all over that.
She's all fingers, isn't she?
Hey, it works, though. That's a digital age. That's what you got to do these days to spruik your goods. You know, forfeifiness doesn't always, work. But going back to the election, I did go to perform my civil duties this morning, just down the road at my local electorate of McNamara. And, it was a vibing day, but the line was prospectively long.
Yeah. See, I did that. I walked straight in, walked straight out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't having the queues. I'm not queuing up.
No.
No. There's got to be a better time. Better place.
I think there's got to be a better way to do it. Have you seen the election how to vote ads?
Oh,
It's like
how can you not?
it's very confusing. It's like
Get a pencil.
get a pencil and write 1 to 12 in the top boxes. 6s are worth 3s, and as tradition,
Number one.
Double fours. Number one. Number wang.
That's number one.
and then
That's
once
number
you've
one.
done that one, fill out the green one. One to-
I've got a question when you go up and they say, have you voted anywhere else today? Right. Do you ever get that question?
Yeah, it's a standard question. You're only allowed to vote
So
once.
who are the dudes that are going around
Oh, the
doing that?
diehards.
And what happens
The
there? Like,
diehards.
yeah, but what happens there? Does that vote count?
Well,
Because
it's
how
not
can they-
meant to, but they're obviously cheating the system somehow. Obviously the same name can't be used twice. If the electoral system works, that should be double-checked somehow down the line,
it's not an honor system.
Right. So would there be somebody typing in the names and then it alarms if there's more votes? Like,
Well, they definitely hand out fines, so obviously they're logging us somewhere.
Yeah, you'd get fined for that if you get fined for not voting. Mm-hmm.
and
But you don't
do you
get
know
fined.
anyone that's been fined for not voting? Ever?
Yeah, people are going to get fined for it.
But do you know anyone? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do actually. I've heard stories.
All
I've
right.
heard stories.
I'll take that.
Second.
if I could reach the ding button.
That'll do.
What happened to the ding?
It's a very it's got a short transient, that thing, doesn't it? Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you hold it down. It's gated.
Yeah, it is. It's the
Right.
ADSR function.
We probably should mention that we're down the sunny end of Windsor, recording in Sean Enough studio.
Once again, it's sunny. It is sunny.
Lucky number 53, I noticed. Isn't that your number
It's
of
one
numbers?
of my numbers, yep.
Really?
Yep, 53.
Yeah, that's amazing. Numerology. That's number one.
That's
number one.
that is
That's
the number
number
one. That's number one.
That's where you need the ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a number one.
That's not a number
Sorry,
one.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
So just this week, a little bit of are we still on the Pollidiks?
If you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could be.
Well, there's a few. But it's a political week.
It is. I went on to the old internet last night to check out all the old policies just to make sure I wasn't making
Good man. Good
fatal
work.
errors.
Yep.
And I'm surprised to see that a lot of them don't list something about the environment within the first 6. So do you think when they list those lists, that it's in order of
Priority, yeah.
priority? Yeah.
Priority to what they think is important to their voters.
Okay.
Obviously they have to reflect their policies, but basically it's a competition to get votes.
Sure it is, isn't it?
Tim, I would think that you would put the green vote up due to the current climate, if you will, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
The voters want the green ticket up the top of the list.
Well, it should be. It's an important issue. It's been pressing for some time,
Or is it just important in our little bubble?
Well, that's hard to tell,
have we got anything else to worry about? We're doing all right everywhere else, so, you know.
I think it's fair to assume that global warming is happening. I used to like half want to hope that it was just a propaganda machine. It was another tactic by big media for some other agenda, a political agenda, you know, because it's a big political agenda. It's going to win votes, and it's got big implications to industry and all sorts of things. It's a big thing, and I always wanted to, as much as I was environmentalist at heart and believed in and read the literature and believed in the science, I did want to believe also that it was just maybe a scam. But, you know, like even just a small trip to New Zealand a couple of years ago and seeing where the glaciers are at seeing photos of where they were and how they're declining so rapidly.
The permafrost as well.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
And I've got a little thing to reinforce that the Mt Everest is allegedly melting as well.
Oh,
and
right.
it's peeling back the years of people that have died there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they're finding bodies and rubbish and all sorts of ancient, ancient.
Yeah. People with the
So
plague.
it is something's happening if Everest is
right.
melting.
A lot of
Exactly.
turds, I've heard.
Yeah.
Because when you're up there,
Yeah.
you're supposed to carry it out, but, I mean, come on.
Well, I've told you the glacier story with the turd on the glacier.
Oh, yeah, I think that was one of our previous episodes. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm quoting.
That's peeling back the layers.
You've heard that
Yeah.
there's people pooing on mountains, haven't you?
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, you
Apparently,
told
there was a
me.
big clean-up effort just recently. They've got to clean a bit of it up, apparently.
Right, there you go.
Haven't been there, checked it out myself just yet.
No, not yet.
No.
I don't think
Mate.
that's...
You haven't checked out the shit yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, also on Pollidiks, how do you feel about Bob Hawke? He died.
Oh, Bob Hawke.
Previous Prime Minister, one of the greats.
Yeah, he was
American.
one of the greats. He was, you know.
Good timing on his part.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
Yeah,
Wait, we've got to wait a way to sway, as they would say.
A way to sway.
You know,
What are you suggesting?
you die, and then people are like, "Oh, remember Labor? They were great. Remember
Mate,
Bob
I'll
Hawke?
tell you what.
Could sway."
That's right, exactly. It'll win a couple of votes for sure. A sympathy vote for the Labor. Everyone will remember the good old days of Labor, you know, when Bob Hawke was holding it down. I remember being young, really young. He was like 88 or whatever. And someone told, like, my knowledge of, like, the Prime Minister was like, oh, he's like the father of our country.
Yeah.
So I always saw Bob
Führer
Hawke.
or
Some kind of father figure, you know, like, I don't know, like Bob Hawke was a bit of a, but I reckon he stuck it out pretty good. I remember years and years ago, I worked on a golf course, a very private golf course that only high rollers or high up people could play at. And, the likes of politicians and big, like, gamblers from overseas and things played there. And Bob Hawke got a couple of games in.
Oh, yeah.
And he could hardly walk when he was playing golf. He got sort of, you know, someone would have him by the arm and helped him around make his shots. But he was like smoking a massive cigar
Yeah.
on the beers all day. Like,
night.
and the dude, like, I was like, this guy's amazing.
He's a machine.
Yeah, he's a lot taller than what you think, even when he can't walk. You know,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's,
they were showing footage last night of him sculling beers
Yeah.
just everywhere. Once he quit drinking when he was Prime Minister, but after he got ousted,
Yep.
he started up again.
Yeah. With a
They'll
vengeance.
show him at the cricket and on the big screen, and then they'll just like show him with a beer, and then just this crowd goes spastic. And sure enough, he skull. 6 seconds. He's pretty good for an old
Yeah.
bloke.
Yeah.
No man in his life probably is under more pressure than him to scull his
Yeah.
drinks.
That is
Like,
there's pressure there.
scull it.
Although I was under pressure and like that in one stage of my life.
Yep.
When I was sculling beers, I have a very open gullet when it comes to the pint drinking. I'm world renowned, record speeds.
Really? On leaderboards.
I've hung up the jug. But
Yep.
The jug.
Yeah, I was under pressure to do it at parties. Oh, you got to Steve Scully, and then I got beaten once.
Oh no.
And the pressure was
it.
too much, and the facade was
Exposed.
yeah,
Yep.
sort of like Bob Hawke.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like Bob Hawke.
That's what you're trying to
Sort of
say.
Prime
Yeah.
Minister,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair comparison.
So on this golf course that you were working on, was because we had a story way back where there was a phantom pooer on a golf course.
Yeah,
And
right.
They were shitting in the ninth hole, I believe it was, something like that. And it became a saga in the news. It's kind of started the whole poo story thing on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I remember hearing about that story, but this place was under some pretty tight security because it's such a private golf course.
Yeah.
Lots of big fences, and but it would be a funny place for someone to do something like that because it would be more than likely to get on someone.
It'd have to be somebody on the inside like yourself, surely.
Yeah, well,
Sean Lee.
I was waiting for it.
No, everyone had took a bit of pride in working there because it was a beautiful location. Despite the average wages they were paying their staff, everyone really took it upon themselves not to shit in the holes.
Yeah. So that's Bob Hawke, and we're sort of in that field of famous people dying and whatnot.
There's
Now,
always one.
I was talking to our mother, dear old mummy.
Shout out.
She's a bit of a white witch, as it was. And we were talking about what celebrity do you want dead next?
Oh, right. It's a bit more.
And she said Doris Day.
Oh, she did.
And 2 days later, Doris Day
Died.
I want to say dropped dead, but
Wow.
I to protect my dear old mother, she didn't actually say she wants her dead.
No.
But
Yeah, there you go.
But you don't want to curse from her. But she did ask me to pass on. Where's Sean Enough? He's my favourite. I just love his style. So you're lucky that she didn't curse you because you'd be dead by now because that was 2 days ago.
Well, did she say that 2 days ago? Because I'm here.
Yeah.
Now, 2 days later.
Still rocking the mic.
Still rocking the mic.
Yeah,
That's right.
Those pipes are sounding velvety this morning, Sean. When I talked to you on the phone, he answered you. I thought I was talking to me.
Can we get a ding on that?
Yeah, give you the old g'day, mate. Yeah, they are quite velvety. Been working the vocal pipes lately, having a bit of a sing.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get the voice back in check because I've been known to be a bit of a songster.
Do you like convert just to singing, so you stop talking for day to day, and then everything you say is
just
sung?
in song? Nah, because I hate a musical.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like no offense, but when you're watching a program or a movie and it's all going well, and then I feel it breaking into song, it's like having a full existential crisis.
Yeah.
It's like my whole life turning into a bad LSD trip, and I can't handle it.
You can't take it.
I don't know what it is about a musical, like I'm all for music and I'm all for culture and art and whatever, but
It's like your passion turning on you.
So no offense, all you theatre cats, but what you do sucks. It makes me visibly ill.
None taken.
That's right. I kind of did say that, but I don't mean that. Like it's
It's a bit
to
much.
their own.
It's a bit much. How do you find the warm up vocal things? Like I could never do singing professionally because it's all the it's too much. Need somewhere really private to do that.
Yeah, no, I never really did it. I went to a few singing lessons in like my early 20s, and the chick got me into the vocal warming techniques there. And
What was her key
method.
No, not that. There was a few different ones.
You two.
There was
You
like
two
the
guys.
obvious, like the fa la la, those ones.
Yeah.
Neighbor knob.
But there were some weird ones, like working the back of the throat, the part, and you can work through octaves, going and then back down, and so forth. There's like a whole array of different vocal training techniques,
sure
and they use a piano, so you match your notes with the piano notes.
I prefer the Jimmy Barnes. I prefer the Jimmy Barnes method, where you just scull a bottle of vodka,
whiskey, yeah.
and you're off to the races.
That's right. I didn't know
It was
it
a
was
better
such
time.
a
Better
heavy
Is
time.
that keyboard plugged in?
No,
Oh, that's a shame.
yeah.
Well, you wanted to do a Barnesy song.
Oh, I just wanted to see how close you could get to a note.
Oh yeah.
I was going to put him right to the test. That's a tough one.
Start with the hardest and work your way back. Get that throat warmed up.
Yeah, that's right. What about this one? This is the sound of a fighter jet.
That's a rip roarer.
It's the sound of a fighter jet that I recorded flying over the region when the Formula One racing was on. A little
This is
while
yours,
ago.
is it?
Yeah, just recorded it with the Zoom recorder out on the field.
Yeah. Okay.
Standing on a bridge.
Yeah,
And
and then you're done.
here it comes.
Yeah, that's
Here it
true.
comes. Flying over. Just beasts of engineering, those
And then
things.
gone.
And gone. They say if we're lucky enough to if we hear a jet, it's usually like under circumstances like the air show or a Formula One event or like a grand final, and it's like it's for entertainment purposes. But if you're living in one of these poor countries where they're getting sent over to throw bombs at you, like apparently by the time you heard them, you're already dead anyway. So
you didn't hear them. So you never hear them.
You never heard
So they're silent.
but these things are silent, but deadly killers, man. But very loud. And the most amazing thing about it was it did its performance, and it was crazy. It does makes these amazing sounds and does these flips, and it looks great. But then it just at the end of its gig, he just turned up to the sky and like cranked the thrusters and just went and vanished.
Right.
Vanished. He went so high up into the sky, he was not there anymore. He was just in the stratosphere, and I just thought that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Do you think our jets, the Australian, just
Air Force.
Air Force, thank you. Do you reckon they're any good? Or are they just for show? They're just for
Just for the air show.
school fates and
They'd be better than nothing, but I think they're pretty like common fodder. But I heard there was a bunch of problems, like
Like the fact that they just fly at school fates and it's just not generating enough money.
well, and the fact I think they've spent billions of dollars on this contract, and they're like not. No, we haven't got them yet.
They're going to have to put Coke signs and Pepsi signs on the planes.
That's right.
Because the Pepsi plane, kids. Now are you refreshed? Ding.
He's off to Iran to bomb people. Which actually, I just heard this morning. I don't know. I just completely know nothing about this. I just heard it in the background as background noise that America's been picking fights with Iran again.
Ooh.
They're sending military carriers over there and fighter jets. Speaking of fighter jets,
What, are they doing a show? A gig? What you said? It's for the boys.
oh man,
There's a fate going
should
on.
not
in the
should
market
not
side.
laugh. Should not laugh. That's the last thing you want. The last thing we want is
another 20-year war.
another conflict in the Middle
Last thing we
East.
want. Yeah.
Settle it down. Like, can we
it off.
just back it off just a little bit? You know.
Can't we just get along?
Well, that's with the Pollidiks as well. The scare campaign, Pollidiks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work anymore. Can we just tone it down? The posters, you're going to lose your houses, they're going to come into the country, all the nonsense they bang on with. Can't we just
That's right.
tone it down?
That's right.
Yeah, and we all know that the next Prime Minister is going to be a sausage.
Why's that?
Why is that? Because the line for the sausages was way longer than the bloody line to vote.
Yeah.
So I'm voting in a Kransky. Vote one Kransky.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
more a bratwurst man myself.
That's the thing, though. You never know where your preferences go. It's all about preferences. See, you might prefer a bratwurst.
Yeah.
And you might go to buy a bratwurst, but you
Well, as I said, man, S's are worth for this election cycle, so just be careful what you put in.
Stick it all on Y.
That's right, exactly. And
Can't we just do it on the phone?
what's the square root
because
of
it'll
orange?
What's that?
What's the?
What you say?
I thought you said nothing rhymes with orange.
I said, what is the square root of orange?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What about borange? Is that a word?
Carpet.
Apparently it is. Can we get somebody to look up that?
Nah.
That's right.
I don't know what that would mean though.
Borange.
Orange, yeah.
It's brown orange. I think it's colour, isn't it?
Brown orange. That's like a 70s colour scheme, but you can't mix the two.
No, they don't go together.
No.
Because it makes a lighter browner.
No, I
Pilly
disagree.
browner.
Yeah, that's right.
My,
Exactly.
my brown leather jacket, that 70s jacket with an orange tie, fantastic.
Is that your new show? Did you just pitch a show to us? That 70s jacket?
Borange is the new orange, or it's a prison show.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of prison shows, shout out to the great Aussie drama Wentworth. It's one of my favourites.
Okay, I haven't watched it actually.
It's pretty much like a take of the prison series. It's based in a women's prison, and it's just.
Well, can we just turn this into a segment? TV, newsy TV.
I think you just did.
Because I've got just the sound effects in there somewhere. Just press some.
Oh shit, that's gonna go for. Wow.
Just one sound effect.
That's
all right. That's fine.
Well, this is what we've got pretty standard. When we're in these studios, we've got the Chapel Street background sounds.
Okay,
There you go. So this is TV of the week.
So why are we outside then?
That's
On the street.
It's on our phones. Sean Enough, please Wentworth it up.
Okay. TV of the week. Well, TV of the week. I like this program because it just, I guess it has a nostalgic appeal, but it's
From when you were in prison, women's prison. Takes you back.
never again.
Cell 53, ironically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just good old school Aussie drama with a bit of,
There's because most Aussie dramas are you got your St Kilda. What's that one where they were in St Kilda? The best friends of us.
Secret Life of Us.
Secret Life of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's half the reason why I was attracted to the St Kilda lifestyle. I used to watch that as a youngster, and
because I was more of a neighbours man, so I was kind of a Nunawading kind of guy.
All I want is to live in a court, man.
That's all I want.
a quiet cul-de-sac.
Yep.
Well, there's that new show. My mind's gone blank. What I was just about to say something about this TV show. Ah, yes, yes, it's back. The new St Kilda-esque Australian drama where the four couples buy a house together.
Really?
At auction.
The Houses of Us.
Yeah, Houses of Us.
Yeah.
House of Cards.
Yeah.
We're all cards here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new way to get people to live together without it being an apartment building. So they kept going to auction, and
so
they can't buy it by themselves. So they all go into the auction together. And
Is he reading into this?
Are you reading into this?
Because you got it straight away, right?
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
you
it
said
straight
it.
away.
He said it. Is this a new agenda? Like to stack people into housing because it's one of the only
there's
answers.
so many apartments they're going on that are empty in the city because there's the building boom and now it's sort of slumping as it was.
yeah, sure.
So we need people to get flats and group together and buy flats. So they do a TV show about it.
Sure.
To
It's a big
sway.
house. It's a mansion. It's a big house.
It's big. It's big house. Big
house.
farmer.
Same thing. But I thought it was a way for them to the same sort of thing. But everyone's bitching. We just can't buy anything. We just it's too expensive in Melbourne.
Move
So
in
it's like,
together.
well, just move in together.
Look at the sexy results.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy
You
results.
can do it.
They're trying
You
to
can live in a
shift the market.
share house for the rest of your life
Yeah.
with a bunch of strangers.
Because we fucking put it on television. It's cool. Fucking, we got Scott Cameron to fucking host it.
Well, speaking of those, for my TV corner,
My TV.
Yeah, that's right. I don't like cooking shows and the reality shows, but one we did pick up on, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, was the Lego Masters.
Right.
On Channel 9. I really liked the Lego Masters. And it seemed to have kicked off and it was very popular. And I was musing over it. Why is it appealing to me over a cooking show? And I think with the cooking shows, you can't taste the spag bowl, but with the Lego show, you can see the Lego result.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 It's a visual.
Yes.
Rather than yeah.
Yeah. It totally is. You're absolutely right. It's quite clever.
How do cooking shows work?
Well,
You can't taste it, you can't smell it, but
No.
everyone loves watching it.
But the
And
format, this channel's devoted to it.
people are really into watching.
So
people
at
cook.
the end, you get the recipe, or you go to the website and you download it, and you've seen it. There's
Yeah,
a
but
method
do
of
you?
making.
How often do you?
I don't think anyone does.
Ever. You watch someone, and it's all this vicarious experience of I could do that. That's delicious.
Folds it,
or,
rolls it.
or that's terrible. Why would you do that?
Do you own
Sous chef.
cooking books?
Yeah, I've got some, but I use the internet.
I've got several cooking books just sitting there that gathering that oily dust in the kitchen.
Internet, man.
Grease layer.
You go on it, Google, and whatever you want to cook, just type in best such and such recipe.
Sure.
Go through whatever, find what your favourite one, and then go through it. It's usually pretty good. Really pretty good. But speaking about Aussie drama and cooking shows, this gets me down to another program on a cooking channel.
What gets my goat?
Which, well, it
How
doesn't
many
get my
names has
goat.
this segment got?
It kind of, I don't know, it's a weird show. It's called The Cook and the Chef. Do you know The
Yes.
Cook and the Chef?
Yes, I do.
And it's like,
It's
pretty
on
old.
at like 3:15 on a Thursday
It's like
afternoon.
no, I don't watch telly at that time. It's on all the time, to be honest.
Okay, so
on
you
the
do watch all the
cooking
time.
channel, cooking channel, right? And yeah, so it's a really weird dynamic. It's like the original. You know how Snoop Dogg does the cooking show with that American cooking lady,
Yeah.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, yeah.
It was like the original one of them.
You mean the criminal Martha Stewart?
Yeah, well,
Tax evader.
that's the thing. The cook or the chef, he looks like a criminal. He's like, I don't know, he's the craziest looking character.
You mean he looks like a chef?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Shout outs to chefs, all good blokes. But but yeah, and then the old lady, she's quite nice.
She's a cook.
She's a cook. I don't like their recipes though. They're so weird. They're like 90s Australia.
A lot of butter.
Coming from the 70s, a lot of butter and figs and I don't know, weird shit. But this guy, what I love about him, he's got a shirt. He wears like his chef uniform, and he's got a side pocket on his left arm, and in it he keeps a little spoon. On his side pocket, and every time like there's something to taste, he's like real quick to like whip out his spoon from it.
Yeah.
Boom, let me on that, and I'm just like, oh, that's like he's the chef.
Yeah.
He's totally.
He's
that's
the
his
chef. Yeah, okay.
the tool belt.
Is it that convenient though to have a spoon on you at all times?
How many
Like-
spoons
And
has he
do-
dropped in the soup?
That's right. And is this a common thing? Is it just him, or do other chefs do this? I want to know personally. Is this a thing that chefs do? Like a tradie keeps a pencil,
Like those,
in their
those
shorts, or
the things that the cops wear on the movies where they strap that gun belt to
The
their
holster.
chest, the holster. That's
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
But it's got a spoon in it.
a spoon holster.
Or
yeah.
when a geek has a pocket protector full of pens and compasses.
yeah, that's right.
it's a nerd chef, man.
Nerd.
Just
nerd.
like kitchens aren't that big. Just reach over to the nearest bench and get a spoon.
It's usually-
taste it, put it back into the dishwasher or wherever.
Yeah.
Because that spoon's going with his mouth germs back in his little arm pocket.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
sweaty arm.
Sweaty arm.
Yeah, I don't know if he cleans it in between edits or what, but I've seen him whip that thing out on several occasions per program.
Yep. Just put a bit of poison in the soup.
Who's the bigger guy on MasterChef? He's the
The dude with the
pussy's bow.
The cravat.
He's always got a cravat.
The
yeah.
cravat, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a weird spoon technique. He's sort of like his mouth goes over the entire spoon.
and then he pulls it out.
Yeah.
He goes the Fred Flintstone
He
method.
does the Fred Flintstone method.
Just whop that chicken in there. Pull it out, just a bone.
Does he then feed the bit that's left on the spoon to a smaller baby version of himself?
Well, he always looks guilty when he's doing it.
The guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
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 But I look, those cooking shows do not appeal to me.
What are you watching at the moment? Cooking shit.
I'm still on the Forensic Files.
Still. Jeez.
Yep. Do like that.
I saw that on the Netflix or wherever. It's like 9 or 10 seasons, Tim.
Yes, and I think it's about 48 episodes per season.
It's a lot of murder.
It sure is. It's so good. It's so good. Everybody wants to kill their spouse.
Yeah, especially this time of year around voting time.
Yep.
Can split the household. It really can.
Do you ask your mates and parents and family who they're going to vote for?
No, I don't. I mean,
We don't really do that here.
no. It's like
Share and
that is a societal expectation that we don't talk about our political
Footy, religion,
views.
and
Well, we're
politics.
happy to talk about our political views, but who we're going to vote for, that's sort of a bit of a no-go. It's a little bit of a
Yeah.
taboo.
Yeah.
And I understand why. And because there should be no persecution in a democratic society for who you're going to vote for. It's all and well to, participate within your peers, and if you can stand up for your political beliefs, then all power to you. And that's, what we should all be doing. But, some people just want to get along,
yeah. Yeah.
and some
So
people just
rather than-
need to get along.
They
Some
know that it's
people,
going to create tension and a social faux pas, so we just
yeah.
withhold the information.
that's right. Some families are, strong political families. To say that you're going to go vote for a different political party because you hold different political beliefs can be quite offensive to some, older members of their family. And the fact that that we don't have to tell people is in those circumstances is I think that's an all right thing. Even though we should be able to be down there just be like,
I think if I came out today and said I'm voting for Clive Palmer, we could halve the Escape Pod audience just with that one foul swoop.
That's right. Well, you could divide the participants right now.
I think I might have just
See
already
you.
done it.
Yeah,
No, not at
tell
all.
us what you think.
Not
Vote today at Turnstile Records presents. Yeah,
Turnstile Records presents a cock and balls on the form.
Yeah, but hey, you wouldn't be alone in doing that. It's a crazy climate for the voters. You know, we got scared voters. People are just disillusioned with the political system. We're saying it. Same thing happened in America. You know, if there was in fact no collusion, the American people voted in that guy because they'd lost their faith in the rest of the
and they wanted a
political
celebrity
system.
in there.
No, I thought Hillary Clinton actually got more votes, but then the way it's all messed up over there.
Yeah.
It's first past the post, or it's a college electoral, and there's zim zam zoms, and there's a big bang, blah blah blah.
That's number one.
I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Speaking of numbers, I guess one of the concerns is the cost of living.
Absolutely.
And I've brought with me a Chop Me Out.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, well.
Ooh. So while I do the old Timmy scratches.
Well, if you're a first time listener, it's a what do you call it, Tim?
Scratchy card.
Yeah.
We offer the listeners to be chopped. Well, Sean Enough, this is kind of your thing. Do you want to? Thank you very much.
I'm happy to pass on the
It's a game token.
pass
coin
on
you've handed me.
the torch. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
appropriate.
so we do a really visual gag on the Escape Pod. It's an audio medium, but anyway, Tim's scratching off a scratch it ticket.
Yep.
And it's called Chop Me Out. And if we win the $100,000, we chop out.
To the premise of the game,
Sorry, I'm just
always
scratching.
gets confusing, and it does always get confused. That we were meant to, before we did it, we were meant to pick a random listener
Yes.
that had entered the competition, and then they're in the running to be chopped out if we win anything.
All right. And how many dollars have we given out so far in the Chop Me Out segment?
I think we owe.
I think we owe someone $7.50.
we're $15 in arrears.
Yeah.
Find the
Yeah.
same dollar 3 times in a single game to win. Okay, now is anybody in the Chop Me Out?
So we're in a different studio, so we can't check how.
So let's just say there's no one in it
massive
for
list
this
of
one. Let's just
listener
say there's
base.
no one in it for this one because I've scratched the top row and we're already up $10
Really?
You've
on a $2 scratchy.
already
wow.
made $10.
Says
Well,
gets 3 of a kind. There's 3 tens there.
That's what you got. You've got $10.
So does that mean?
See, this is a great example of what you're missing out on. If you have not entered Chop Me Out,
Exactly.
we didn't give them the chance to.
well, yeah.
Well, all you got to do is text us or message us
Or,
somehow.
email us, or
Chop me out,
I don't know.
and we'll chop you out.
I don't know how all that works.
Oh, I'm going to go for
On
this.
all the good platforms.
So let's just weigh up the odds here. If I've already won on game 1, row 1, position 1, $10.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm not going to get anything else?
No, it doesn't necessarily. Don't give up. Just because you've won a little bit doesn't mean you don't deserve more glory.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I'll give it another.
But
That might be the golden ticket. It's got all the winnings.
that's not to say.
I'll just give it another go here.
Sometimes it's best to quit while you're ahead, but not on a scratchy. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
I think that gag's run its course, Tim.
I just wanted to see how you would.
He's a scratch DJ.
Oh, I've got a little bit of advice here from this. It says in a little box here, live the life.
Oh, wow.
Hashtag that gamble life, or
Oh, no, live the life.
Live the life.
If you get 3 of them, that means
Or you
it's
get to
gonna
live the
pay.
life
You get to
because
live
the
the
card
life.
is called live the life.
It pays you $1,000 a week for the rest of your life.
Oh,
great,
it
wouldn't
would
it?
be great. Oh, my
what's happened, Tim?
shitting lord, dudes.
No, true.
Row 3, $10. So that's $20.
What, you got $10 on row 3?
$10 on row 3.
What did I say?
What is going on here?
I'm just checking it now. We've got $10 in a row,
So that-
actually.
Do you
That
wanna
can be
know?
confirmed.
I went into the the Tattersalls to go get a paper
Yeah.
because I was on my way to the thing, and then I thought, I don't want to carry paper to the voting thing.
There's already
stuff
enough paper there as it is.
Stuff I'll just get to Chop Me Outs.
Yeah.
good idea so far.
Oh, is there
Oh,
another
yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Well, it's never not a good idea, really, because
It's a
if you
gamble.
don't... Oh, well, gambling. I don't support gambling.
Well, what do you reckon this is?
It's
Well,
gambling.
what do you
It's
reckon?
low-level gambling.
What's the gamble? What do you reckon?
It's low-level gambling.
What
This
do you
is
reckon I
like...
got for game 4?
$2.
If you know, if we're talking about, like, bad habits...
Yep.
And we're talking about smoking substances, this is like the smoking bark to the smoking meth.
Okay.
You know, if gambling, like playing blackjack is
Is meth.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question? Would you like another hit? Another row of
this?
tens?
What?
That's
I would love
$30.
another. I would love another hit of that gambling life.
Oh, my hashtag that
I'll
gamble
take
life.
it. Take
Can
it
we
all
get
back.
a few dings on that? Yes, $30.
So, well, that is what you're missing out on. Someone could have legitimately got $10 there,
Yeah.
just for listening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
we got $10 each.
so how much? Yeah. What
Blown
do we get
away.
out of it?
I'm blown away.
Yeah, we just got $10 each, boys.
So how much does it cost to put up the podcast of a year, Tim? I think you said it was like $30 or something like that.
No, it's cost me $400 so far.
so far, really. Plus the hours
Is that
and
bad?
hours
Is
of
that bad?
editing.
No, I think it's
Plus the
$5
time.
a month or something like that.
Right.
It's easy.
Yeah,
So we'll put that
Easy.
in the kitty then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which you mean my wallet?
Yes.
Good.
absolutely.
Now, I did buy 2 scratchy cards. So,
Aha.
like you were telling me a story earlier this week while I scratched the card. Why don't you?
Well, that's what I was thinking about. When you said you were going to get some paper, that reminded me of a couple of weeks ago. I went down to the newsagents to get myself some paper for the purpose of a friend's surprise birthday party. And, he's a mate down the local, and all the locals got together to put on a bit of a do for him. And, like, surprise parties are traditionally, like, everyone's there and then the person rocks up
Yeah.
and everyone says surprise. Mm-hmm. And
That's generally how it's supposed to.
that's the premise of a surprise
Yeah,
party.
for sure.
Yeah, surely. And
I'm with
yeah,
you.
so anyways, I've got an invite to this surprise party, and he's a good bloke, so I thought we'll go show him some love. And I've got a running game with this fella where we don't ever call each other by our first real names.
Okay.
So it's
Sort of like how we do on the podcast.
yeah, it's turned into it started off as just an erotic thing, and now it's turned into a full-fledged game. And if you don't adhere to the rules correctly, then it's a pot.
Aha.
And
It's a drinking game. Or it's a penalty game.
it's a penalty based game.
Yeah.
With drinks as the currency.
With alcoholism at the helm.
Yeah, that's right. And so this guy's name Rob. Shout outs Rob. Happy birthday,
Rob Dog.
back there, Rob Dog, and good fella, Wobbegong. And
Is that one of your pet names?
yeah. He's actually been on the podcast. He was on a Steez episode. He did the foot rock flat stroke. The
Oh, yeah, we know.
severely
No,
intoxicated.
no,
we know. Yeah, of course we
Yeah.
know. Rob Dog.
Rob Dog is
Bloody horses and bloody for a bus. Something like that.
Anyway, so I've gone and I thought I'd be funny. I've made up a sign, Happy Birthday Graham, which isn't his name. It's part of the game. A big sign on fluoro yellow card
Oh, excellent.
with block letters. And so I go down there. It's rolled up. Go down to the surprise party. And everybody's there. Heaps of people have come out of the woodwork for this event. Lots of love for Wobbegong. And everyone's there. But I'm, I talk a lot on this podcast, but I'm actually a little bit socially awkward sometimes.
Oh, man, I haven't noticed that.
No? Well,
No, I haven't noticed that.
yeah. Well, anyways. And, so I go there, and I've got this sign, but it's rolled up. And then no one, I didn't talk to anyone, and no one's talking to me, even though there are a lot of people that I talk to quite frequently. And who talks to me first? It's Wobbegong. He's there.
It's Rob Dog.
He's there. And he's like, it's having a normal night kind of thing, and I was just like, I'm late. It's already happened.
Yeah, well, if Rob's there.
Yeah.
Rob's there. Everybody's here. Nothing's out of the
Traditionally,
ordinary.
it's everybody hides and jumps out.
Yeah. Nobody come and
Surprise,
grabbed me
Bob.
that knew that I was coming for the event and I had something and said, hey, this is the program, what's going down with this
Yeah, sure.
scenario. I didn't know. I'm talking to Robbie. I'm holding this
You were late.
this thing. Anyways, then I'll whip out this sign like, Happy Birthday, Graham. And as I pass it, as I do this, I'm like, I just got this on, and he thinks it's like a present for his birthday. But then it sort of sets in. I'm like, how the hell would he know that? What would he think of me knowing when his birthday is when he's never told me, for starters?
Oh. Yeah, that's
and
weird.
It all set in really quick, and I had one of them dawning moments where I couldn't hear any sound. I was just like, fully.
Oh my God, I fucked it up.
Yeah, that's right. And then I realised, like, everybody's looking at me like, you fucked it.
But hold on a second. He knows all his friends, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he's there. He rocks up to this pub, and just so happens that all his mates
Everybody's
are
there. Yeah.
and his mum and his sister-in-law's there.
That
And
could be because all of his friends go to the pub every week.
Yeah.
And that's it.
right.
No, it was like a night that nobody would have been there. Would be quite obvious, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And he knows-
he kind of, in your defense, he was kind of onto it.
He probably would have
Does
clicked.
he know it's his birthday?
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, but that was the closest I've come to, stuffing up a surprise party. And that's, nobody wants to stuff up a surprise party. Like,
No.
we were talking about taboos and things that go against the status quo, and I think that's one of them. We don't talk about who we're voting for, and we don't stuff up people's surprise parties.
Yeah.
Well, I just looked up surprise parties. There's other ways to stuff it up.
Oh,
There
really?
is other ways. I just looked up.
You mean there's a better way?
There's another way. In high school, I was responsible for keeping a friend busy while her parents set everything up in their house for the party. We get back to the house, all the lights are off, and she walks through the door and announces quite loudly, "I have to take a huge dump," just as the lights turn on. Surprise! She kind of blew it. She blew it.
Yeah.
She shit right on that one.
I was worried about the heart attack / stroke.
Yeah, yeah. Because it doesn't always go to plan.
Oh.
You know, I've seen surprise parties be too overwhelming for the recipient.
Yeah.
And they just run away.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I just read that same story here. That it's
don't want to be the center of attention.
no, they just hear the surprise and just go, "Oh, see you later." You know.
Yeah, that's
some
right.
people don't appreciate the surprise, like being kept
Well,
secrets.
it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Hey, all you cunts.
Yeah.
You've been talking about me for the last 2 weeks.
That's
You're
right.
lying to me.
I wanted.
Yeah.
As nice as
I
it
hate
is,
big parties.
all these people have got together to arrange this thing, in your honour. But at the same time, they've also proven that they can all lie straight-faced to you for a good period of time.
That's right. I think the etiquette should be if you are the birthday person and you have been sprung this surprise on you, I think you've got to immediately go into happy mode. You need to act like it's the best thing that's ever happened to you.
What about this guy?
They
on
like
this
me.
list?
They really like me.
What about this guy that went into judo mode? And he flipped his girlfriend clean over during a surprise party and broke her arm. He thought she was an intruder. Needless to say, they're married now, so it really worked out.
It worked out for everyone.
Swept her off her feet.
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
All of the above. Not actually.
No, don't.
No, don't do that.
Absolutely not. Be an angel.
Yeah, but
I read a thing that made me smile. It said, if you're a father, imagine you're a father with a daughter, and she's going out and she's going out with you, as peculiar that is or whatever. Like,
that's horrible.
Does it make you smile?
No.
No.
Why are you making me think of this?
Then change. That was the thing, basically. And that makes sense.
Okay, I guess. Channel 7, brought to you by Channel 10.
We're number one.
Oh, God.
Yes, that's right. Hey, we've made more achievements.
In the medical field, science.
Just as a human race.
Excellent.
Again.
Is there a poop involved with this story?
Well, it's a bit of a poop. Apparently, koalas are functionally extinct.
See, I've heard that. They're taking all the... Oh, do you want to... we did it.
We did it.
We did it. Because I was thinking about our childhood animal books, right?
Yep.
And you got your rhino. They're going. Do you want to give me a ding for each one? You got your orangutan.
Oh, yeah. We'll
They're
fuck them
going.
up. Palm oil.
Palm oil.
Yeah.
Avoid it if you can.
Can?
Yeah. Whitman's
you
chocolate.
can?
Whitman's chocolate is the only chocolate that doesn't use palm oil, and it's delicious.
We support Whitman's chocolates here at the Escape Pods.
What else? What else do we lose? Or are we losing?
Woolly mammoths. Gone.
Right, mammoths are gone.
All the insects, all the frogs, all the...
Apparently, yeah.
Ding, ding. Yeah.
Lots of water mammal species, whales and such.
If you live in America, young black teenagers.
Yeah, we do.
That's not good.
No, that was an Ice Cube song.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
One of his lesser known ones.
Yeah.
Just don't like fucking with, sensitive subjects.
So we're going to need to replace these storybook animals with other animals that aren't extinct because, you don't want to... What sound does a dinosaur make? We don't really know. So you can't teach kids
No.
about animals if they've gone extinct because what's the point? They're gone forever.
That's right.
So what is the
point?
What is the new animals?
Well, it's all those...
Robots.
It's all those medical mice that are going to get out with ears on their backs and they're going to be the new koalas.
That's right.
The new koala. What sound does a VHS make?
That's a 3-eared mouse koala.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Poor koalas, though. They reckon,
what's
there's
going on with
still
them?
there's
I
like
understand.
they reckon there's about 85,000 of them left, and that sounds like a lot.
heaps.
But apparently they're not going to support the next generation, the adults.
There's just not enough.
Not enough.
They're just too damn delicious.
No, apparently, what do you reckon? They'd be full of
Well, if they
eucalyptus.
Ooh, they'd
If
be
they are
poisonous,
delicious,
eh?
that's the best way to ensure your survival as an animal. Like the chicken, let's say, we've talked about the chicken all the time. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, stop tasting so good.
Yeah. No, but that's how we start breeding them. And now there must be 9 billion chickens on the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's
But
more
koalas
chickens
are worth a shit ton of cash to the Australian economy.
Just to look at.
How many
not to
people
eat.
have come here from other countries just to cuddle a koala, do you think?
A koala
That's
bear.
true. And we went to Sydney, and I went past one of those gift shops, and in the window you got your koala, and they also had a kangaroo holding an Australian flag with a thing of Vegemite in its pouch.
Bloody hell.
Bloody Aussie has.
Aussie is hell. Oh, what are you? Yeah.
So I don't know if the tourists really know what a real koala looks like.
No.
That sort of souvenir market, does that still exist? Because I remember in the 90s it was huge.
Rampant.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It's still rampant. Like, people still do it.
Yeah, you see them all in the $2 shop. And
People are buying them.
Yeah.
Well,
what I like from the
they're
gift
making
shop,
them.
Yeah.
I want to get a Melbourne, just a Melbourne hoodie, not a hoodie,
okay.
like a wind cheater,
Okay.
but not an I love Melbourne.
Right.
I just want to get Melbourne written across it. Can't
Yeah.
get them.
All you got to do to get that going is just wear a black hoodie because that's all we wear.
Okay, true. And a
Anything
brown
black
leather
is,
jacket.
yeah, it's.
Hold a coffee.
It is.
I'd like to see the Melbourne lettering in black as well, Tim. Black on black.
Oh, yeah.
Black on black.
That's
Black
very,
on black.
very techno.
Yeah.
When
that
we're all
is very
about
techno.
I
techno
thought it was more
these
Metallica.
days.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
it's more metal. You're thinking.
Yeah, that black album, and
Black
if
on
you
black.
turn it just on the side, you can see the snake.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Snake pit.
Nice touch. Nice
Totally
touch.
pitted.
Double cork barrel, triple double Henry cockbender.
I know that our sweet mother rolled Danos when we were growing up,
Oh, yeah.
telling Danos that she got a little bit of information off us about Metallica and the concert and the thing called a snake pit, which is right up the front where you could get spit on or bled on.
Oh, yeah.
And so she told Danos that she went to the Metallica concert. Yeah, it was awesome. They played Ride the Lightning and we were in the snake pit. And Dan was going, what? What?
We were like 15, 16. It's like,
Completely rolled him.
so you
Yes.
went to the Metallica concert? Yeah.
Yeah, the snake pit.
Tennis center.
Yeah.
was it.
James Field.
That was on the way to the Blues Brothers concert, though, Tim.
Yeah.
There you go.
A story for another time.
It
Yep.
is. It
Well,
is.
I
I'm sure
think
we've
we
told
told
that
it.
story
Yeah.
like 1,000
Of course we
times. We've got unlimited stories, Tim.
Absolutely. Absolutely unlimited.
Unlimited?
No, I was
Unlimited?
saying limited.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to know what else you got there. If you're so unlimited.
Yeah, hit us with a fucking new subject, dude.
Oh, you're saying I was in unlimited. I was saying you guys are unlimited.
Oh,
but
okay. You're unlimited. So what do you got?
Love unlimited. I've got nothing.
So the guy that I've been working with this week, we went to high school with him. He's got kids. I think he's Marcus. Yeah, his kid's about 16, and he got his first detention ever.
Excellent.
at high school. Are you paying attention, Sean Enough?
Yes.
And I just don't want you to miss out on all
The glory of the story is about to fucking...
And the entertainment.
yeah, the value of it all. So his son got a detention for the first time, and it was for ordering Uber Eats for lunch at the school.
That's awesome.
That is.
And they got him on. Yeah, it's they let him have it, but they had to give him a detention to and then make
To
the
dissuade
rule.
from other kids from doing the
So
same
the
thing.
breach of the rule was that he had to walk out of the school gate to get it. You see, so
Because the Uber driver
What's the
doesn't have
reverse?
his work with children cards that he's not allowed on there.
what's the reverse of trespassing? When you escaping. That's the opposite of trespassing, isn't it? Because
I
he's
think it's
leaving
just,
the school.
leaving, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so that's his charge. That's his charge.
Truancy.
So what do you think about that? There's because there's all these apps, we can't control it at school. Apparently, when we went looking for high schools for Audrey, and one of the things I was saying is like you just got to take the devices off the kids during the night because that's when all the bullies,
Oh, yeah. Bully.
They come out at night.
bullying.
Yep.
So they come out. Yeah, they come out at night. They only come out at night. But you gotta take the devices off them. So there's all these
New rules.
new apps
Ah.
that
Yep.
the kids are onto that could be.
What
Yeah.
about...
There's a lot of new apps.
What about the food delivery with the drone?
Yeah.
Into the school?
Into the school. Just lands on a designated lunch pad.
It'd be really convenient, but can you imagine a world where they're just buzzing around all the time, those bloody drones?
I hate it.
Oh, it's got to be silent. It has to be a silent drone
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they still...
before they let you.
I tell you what, I'd be trying to shoot one out of the sky.
Ah, that's right.
Shanghai.
Shanghai. That's
Go to
right.
Shanghai.
Exactly.
But those drones have got to have sort of like fly technology, like a bug technology where, you go to try to slap a fly out of the way.
And it
it
gets
just-
out of the
it's just
way.
out of the way every time. I think that's what the
Oh, yeah.
drones are going to be.
No, 100%.
You're not going to be able to throw a stick at a drone.
AI anticipation. Yeah. Algorithms.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't think I'd want a pizza delivered by a drone because it's colder up there,
No, that's right.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And screw Amazon. That Jeff Bezos dude, he's like one of the biggest
He's the richest person on.
Yeah, he's very wealthy, but he's one of the biggest advocates for getting the fuck off this planet.
He is on that trip, isn't he?
And he's the first to admit that his business model has got a lot to do with fucking the planet, and and he's the first to want to take all the money he can off everybody whilst fucking it, and then get the hell out of
get the
here.
hell out.
Yeah.
We have the technology to get out of here.
Oh, I'm going to do my best to try. That sends a bad message to
So
me.
is that why he's hoarding the money?
Well,
Because he wants to buy rocket ships, basically.
that's right.
And it's very expensive to do that.
Yeah,
But how much money do you need, Sean?
Just depends on the importance of it. Like where do we draw the line? Are we
Drawing
Do we want to
line
get it
sand.
right here, or do we want to be an everlasting species that dominates the universe, or at least tries to keep ourselves going? Like, what is it that,
Or do we just? Everybody wants a personal C-3PO. Isn't that what we're working towards?
is that it? Is that it?
Some robots that can
Some
do
of these
everything.
guys, I think Bezos might be on about it as well, is transhumanism,
Yeah.
where we integrate with technology in order to keep up with the robots that are inevitably going to dominate us in the future.
Right, that's a good plan.
Yeah, so...
Look, I want my brain in a new body.
it would be
When I
good.
get to 90 or whatever, 85, maybe 70.
Yeah.
Honey, it's me. It really is me. It's like all those movies, Body Swap.
Oh, yeah, sure. How do you know it's me?
Because you've got a mole right next to you.
No one knows that. Nobody knows that.
I've just read an article here. Do you guys own a dog?
I do have. I've got two.
And
Deuce.
your brothers, right? Mm-hmm. Very similar genetic makeup.
Yes.
Well, I've just read an article which you guys have just, in a small test study, have disproven that owning a dog is influenced by our genetic makeup. An article in the Science Times, a study done in Scotland, and they say that they were surprised to see that a person's genetic makeup appears to be a significant influence in whether they own a dog. As such, these findings have major implications in several different fields related to understanding dog-human interaction throughout history and in modern times.
That's part of our pitch. when we say, and then I give a pitch exactly the same about cats, and then we do the cat and dog
Show.
guys living together.
Yeah, who's barking me meow?
Who's barking at me? Meow.
Shakespeare said, "What's in a name?" But I reckon there's a whole lot in that name.
Well, you start with the name and then you write backwards.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Do you think that's how the
But
moonwalker was invented?
I think we're going off topic. No, it's got to be all about who's barking at me. Meow. We'll come back to it.
That's a classic.
But that's okay. But I would say I'd transfer it from dog as such to pets in general. I think if your family is a pet family and you're grown up that way, you tend to want to have a pet. I like the convenience of a cat, where Jeremy likes the
Pick up deuces all day.
Yeah.
And the incessant barking when the trash man comes.
the postman biting the postman
barking
stick.
at the cars that go past. The birds that land in the tree.
All that.
Every time he sees another dog. When my neighbour takes a shit at night.
Yeah.
No, he's not that bad.
No. Oh well. They're good though. They're good value. They're all
You gotta
good.
get a pet.
All animals are good value.
Yeah.
We gotta stop
Killing them all.
Killing them all if we can try.
Because we need that storybook to work out.
Adopt a koala.
Yeah, talking
Adopt a
about
koala bear.
Animal
Show.
storybooks. Let's shout out to Graham Bass. What childhood would have been a childhood without books by Graham Bass? I'm talking
So, for example, you got your... What do you got?
Yeah, we all know.
Animalia.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
If you say so.
What's the other one? Australia Anima?
Australianima. That was like one of them, and the 11th Hour.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
was another one.
Find the clocks, yeah.
Find the Clocks. Yeah.
Find the clocks. Yeah.
My favourite type of book. A picture book.
Yeah, with clues. I used to love those books back in the day where there was puzzles and you go through and have to solve clues. There was one called
Where's
Puzzle
Wally?
Island. Well, that was another one. That was a simpler one, but still fun. You could get involved. The
true.
concepts. They actually put a lot of thought into their work.
And then you got your choose your own adventure.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
always a thing.
Oh, they're doing that on Netflix now. You can
Really?
Yeah, there's a show with Bear Grylls, and you can press left or right. And when
I
you-
can't do that on my TV.
Really?
You can on your new TV.
Yeah.
With Bear Grylls, choose your own adventure.
Yeah,
you
should I go
and then,
over?
And then there's all these scenarios where he dies.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of Bear Grylls? He's
No,
supposed
you-
to teach you what not to do.
Yeah, but how far would you get if you were making all the calls?
Oh, right.
Is how it is. And
Yeah.
he'll go and do the scenarios and go, well, I ate this and I shat for about 4 hours on the face of a cliff.
Thanks for that, Sean. What have you done to me?
I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Well, I think, boys, that's we've done it. Bear
think we
Grylls
have.
has done it.
I think he's done it, yeah.
Too many times, if you ask me. I mean, how much piss do you actually need to drink? I'd
Yeah.
say 1 cup once, if necessary. Only if necessary, not as a dare. And
No.
Purely as a survival tactic.
Yeah, people do it every day. They love it. I'll tell you what I've been drinking, just on an out note. Get on the NutriBullets. Put anything in there.
And shit like a bullet.
Yeah, anything. I'm talking good things. I'm not saying put thongs and biscuits in there.
No, don't do that. So it turns it into more of a paste.
Whole beets and kale
yeah.
and ginger and garlic and broccoli and flat parsley, things like that. Chuck it all together. Get it going. Drink it. It'll change your life.
all the shit that's down the bottom of your fridge that you never actually use, just chuck it in the NutriBullet.
Yep.
And, give it a zip zap.
Give it a masticating.
Moist it up.
And a bit of water in
Glag
there.
it down.
It can be
Because the
difficult.
NutriBullet's not quite
And
getting the
if you
beetroot.
use beetroot, don't get it on your clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And
And also, if you do go a purely beetroot-based, a beet-based NutriBullet, if your poop comes out a little bit red the next day, you
beet-based.
don't have cancer. It's just the beets.
that's just the beets. That's right.
Yeah, because you know how healthy you are when you've got a substantial amount of blood in your stool.
I've heard that on the worksite before. That is a true story, which I'll tell you next week. But on behalf of Turdside Records presents the Escape Pod Pollidiks episode. Pollidiks episode. Go out there, do your civil duties today. Vote for whoever you want, because we are in a democratic society and it's up to you, but you got to vote. Otherwise, it's all going to turn to the bloody hell in a handbasket.
That's right.
And by the time this comes out, you've already voted. We know who it is, and it's your fault.
Yep, we can all blame ourselves.
I'm Jezbot.
I'm Sean Enough.
I'm Timmy Tuggo.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. The ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
three of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape pod sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.